Hello everyone, the main character of an isekai anime is typically an ordinary person who suddenly finds themselves transported to another world. Most of the time, these characters are given some kind of special power that makes them incredibly strong. They are usually able to defeat monsters, save people, and change the course of history. This video will show you the top 12 anime with main characters that are more powerful than those in any other anime out there. With this list, you'll be able to find the next perfect isekai anime for you. Kicking off the list of the best isekai anime with an overpowered main character with Arifureta, where Hajime Nagumo and his entire high school class are summoned to a fantasy world, to save humanity. While his classmates are gifted with impressive abilities useful in combat. Hajime has hardly anything to boast about, his skills are nothing but average. Hajime, just like in his world, has to struggle to gain the needed power to save mankind. He needs to clear an entire dungeon, which is considered the deadliest, no human has ever cleared. Isekai Maou no Shoukan Shoujo no Dorei Majutsu, otherwise known as How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, is exactly what it looks like. It is a show about a demon lord who gets summoned by two maidens to save a fantasy game. The juicy part of this isekai anime with an OP MC, is that the main protagonist possesses a slave-turning skill, that allows him to enslave others. True to its form, this anime sets off so many damn red flags that it became of those cases of being so bad, it's almost good. Next up, we have Log Horizon, an anime that focuses on Elder Tale, which is an online fantasy RPG that has become popular worldwide. But when its 12th expansion package, Novosphere Pioneers, is installed, 30,000 players in Japan are trapped inside. Among them is grad student Shiro, who isn't very good at interacting with others. But to survive in a world full of monsters, he forms a guild called Log Horizon with an eclectic group of other players. Coming up, we have Shinchou Yuusha, known also as Cautious Hero, which is an isekai anime with an OP, badass, and cool MC. The story chronicles the adventures of a hero gets summoned by the goddess Rista to help her hard mode video game-like world. The hero, Seiya, is exceptional in every way, but he is incredibly cautious. He does things like buy 3 sets of armor, 1 to wear, a spare, and a spare for the spare, and go full power against weak slimes, just in case. No Game No Life is a popular anime series created by Yukimiya. The show follows the lives of Sora and Shiro, two siblings who are both the most feared pro gamers in the world, the blank. When they manage to beat the master himself in a game of chess, they are sent to a world where all disputes are settled with games. Make no mistake. No Game No Life is built to be a blockbuster. Madhouse adapting one of those wildly successful isekai light novel series made sense considering their generally poor commercial performance as of late. Oh, hero. When Kazuya Soma is unexpectedly transported to another world, he knows the people expect a hero. But Soma's idea of heroism is more practical than most. He wants to rebuild the flagging economy of the new land he's found himself in. Betrothed to the princess and abruptly planted on the throne, This realist hero must gather talented people to help him get the country back on its feet, not through war or adventure, but with administrative reform. It's not very often that an anime comes out that has its main protagonist be the villain and does it so well. Well, Youjo Senki does it really well. This is another pretty good isekai anime with an overpowered main character, who happens to be a girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, and porcelain skin, fights on the front lines of a brutal war, and climbs the ranks of the Imperial Army. This is an interesting anime that successfully presents an uncommon perspective in anime, where the main character is borderline villainous. I personally found it very entertaining and would recommend it to you. The plot kicks off when out of nowhere a gate appears, and from it comes a bunch of orcs and medieval troops that indiscriminately kill civilians, wreck the place, and interrupt the otaku event the protagonist was planning to visit. As so it happens, the protagonist is not only an otaku but also a member of the SDF, Japanese military, and once the initial attack has been dealt with, he joins the force sent through the gate. The idea behind Gate is that of a series about modernized humans clashing with fantasy warriors wielding ancient armor, elves, dwarves, dragons, etc. Rising of the Shield Hero follows Iwatani Naofumi, who got summoned to another world. He is tasked with joining the 4 cardinal heroes and fighting the waves of catastrophe as the Shield Hero. Excited by the prospect of a grand adventure, Naofumi sets off with his party. However, merely a few days later, he is betrayed and loses all his money, dignity, and respect. Unable to trust anyone anymore, he employs a slave named Raftalia and takes on the waves and the world. But will he really find a way to overturn this desperate situation? The concept of this isekai series is the same as what most people are already familiar with. A guy is playing a game, and then he's suddenly trapped in it due to some unexplained reason. In the show, we have Momonga, a powerful wizard and master of the Dark Guild Ainzul Gown, who decides to spend his last few moments in the game as the servers begin to shut down. Within the video game, he is a warrior king who sets out to make this new world his own empire, with the hopes of figuring out what has caused this development and if there may be others in the same predicament. That time I got reincarnated as a slime is one of the few isekai shows that I genuinely appreciated watching every single episode of it. The story follows the lonely 37-year-old Mikami Satoru, who is stuck in a dead-end job, unhappy with his mundane life, but after dying at the hands of a robber, he awakens to a fresh start in a fantasy realm. As a slime monster. As he acclimates to his goopy new existence, his exploits with the other monsters set off a chain of events that will change his new world forever.
This is katsudon. Okay?
If you want an all-weekend anime marathon, this is a good anime for you. It's fun, comedic, and short with a side of action. This is a story of hilarity and fun that ensues when Satan ends up in modern-day Japan without any magic to return and starts working part-time in a fast food joint. Whether it's part-time work, household chores, or simply trying to pay the rent on time, Hatarakou Maou-sama is a reverse isekai anime TV show that presents a hilarious view of the most mundane aspects of everyday life, all through the eyes of a hapless demon lord.
でも気軽にミキティと呼んでくださって結構ですのよ。
This is the end of our video about the best Isekai anime with Overpowered MC. We hope you enjoyed it. Please share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming anime lists. Cheers!